Person wanted me to message them. Okay.
Which person got that message?
Shiny Shamimni.
Oh, okay.
They're the ones interested in voice acting.
Yes.
I don't know if they'll be able to get on, but I'm just messaging them. Sorry, I was not prepared.
Sorry, I put up your screen. I was not prepared for that either. I have the stream value muted, but that way I could just tell where you are and just go from there.
Let me turn on game capture. That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Hi, Alien Isolation 14. Hey!
Your stream elements have to sit down.
There we go. That's good. I like how he's just perpetually leaning over.
Yeah.
So before we start, have you seen the trailer for Realm Reborn?
No.
Okay. So 14, A Realm Reborn takes place right after 14 1.0, which is a whole story. If I'm assuming you don't know anything about 1.0.
I do not.
Okay, so the short version.
This is my first one.
The short version is the game was so terrible that they pretty much remade the entire game from scratch while keeping the original running. And then they had an event that destroyed the world in game and made it part of the game itself. And then that's when it switched over to the new game, which is A Realm Reborn. Which is why it's called A Realm Reborn. Is because the world was pretty much destroyed and wiped clean, and then they released the new game. And the trailer was like, they cut off like the servers pretty much, and well, before they cut off the servers for 1.0, they played the A Realm Reborn trailer, and then the server shut off and switched over to 2.0. So let me just pull up the trailer so you can see. It's a good trailer. All the trailers are worth watching for each expansion. Is screen sharing it good for you?
If you want, I just on your stream, so you didn't have to do all the extra.
Because I can screen share it to you, so it's not delayed. But I don't know if that works on PS5.
I don't know either. I'm on my phone watching you, so.
Oh, so would it work?
It might.
Okay, let me screen share it. Boba!
Super. Yeah.
Why do I not have audio for that? Think for the shop Boba. 3 months. Damn. Okay. So this is what played whenever the server switched over. See if the volume's good.
Okay.
But you could watch all the trailers in game, by the way, at higher bit rates.
Okay. But for now, this will be.
Yeah, since you're already in game. So you did risk. But you can't unlock that till level 50. That is true. I did pick Arcanist. So I could do branch off to healer and DPS. You could change any class at any time. Hit him with the book. Book is the most powerful weapon.
Really?
It's a meme. It just does a lot of like damage for some reason.
That reminds me of Makai Kingdom. That book did a lot of that.
Turn you up. Gonna be a short stream. Oh yeah, there's Sid earlier. Pretty sure it just showed Sid. So Garmald was invading Eorzea when all this happened. So a giant war broke out. And that's Delamood. It's an artificial moon. That Garmald triggered to descend onto Eorzea in 1.0. And it just so happened yes.
Yeah, that's ignorant that it's a prison for Bahamut.
Yeah, so Bahamut just happened to be inside of it. There's a lot of lore around this, by the way.
Yeah.
That was Limsa? No, that was Gridania, I think. I just got destroyed.
That's crazy.
Do not explain the Alchem's lore right now. Orange will get... yeah, I'm keeping the lore very simple. There's a lot of lore. It's really good. I mean, the story does a really good job of explaining everything. You don't really need, like, lore videos. Final Fantasy Gandalf. That's a Louis Swa. He was an important character in 1.0. Those are all the...
Bahamut look really good.
Yeah, Bahamut's stupid powerful in this. Like, stupid powerful.
Super powerful in all the games, though. Except for 10. 10 just nerfed him.
In this, he pretty much just nuked an entire continent.
Sounds like something you do. I think it was 12 where they had the Sky Pirates. He was really powerful in that Final Fantasy.
That was probably 12, because I don't remember Sky Pirates. I plan on playing 12 at some point. No.
It's a good storyline, but it's confusing somewhat.
Yeah, I know it has a very unique like gameplay that they're trying different stuff with. So Loose Law pretty much just teleported everyone 5 years into the future. Then this is 5 years in the future. This is Limsa. This is your starting location. I also picked Arcanist because it also starts in Limsa. And this is Gridania.
Okay. Sorry, I'm eating pretzels.
Oh, that just reminded me I have a hamburger to eat. And then this is Ulda. There's 3 starting locations. Show him the ERP later. The best way to make kill. You're not wrong. I'm curious if you like A Realm Reborn or not. Because a number of people don't like A Realm Reborn that much. I personally really like Realm Reborn. Because it does it does an amazing job of just like world building and setting up the world and how everything works. And like making it feel alive. It has a lot of goofy parts in it that I also like. That's where the fight took place.
That looks so cool.
You could actually go there. And they did redo all the graphics for all the areas. I think they're still working on doing it, but A Realm Reborn has been like overhauled graphics wise. It looks so much better.
Okay.
That's a thumbnail.
Yeah.
I just realized I wasn't showing stream the trailer. I'm sorry. I'm good at what I do.
I'm not sorry. They don't need to see it. It's only Bub and Bub.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you saw it at least. That's the important part. I'm been staring at old man for 10 minutes. Why didn't you say something?
Yeah, Bub, you're the problem.
Bishop. And turn this down. It was funny, okay? Why? Why? Grizzled passenger. Do you want to voice anything?
No, I'm not good at voice acting.
Either am I. Oh fuck, how
You're
did this
way better
person
at it
sound?
than-
Should I just give him... he is... I'm pretty sure he's voiced at some point. Let's see. God, I haven't voiced anything in a while. You're mourning in your sleep and sweating buckets besides. Rolling over the ship, you got your stomach churning as it is. Do I have game sound? The music just... Is there no sound for this part? Is it silent for you too?
It's like you could hear the ship rocking at this point, but I don't know.
It doesn't even show up in... The game just... Audio doesn't exist for me right now. Okay, that's fine. I'll fix that at some point. Once we get out of this.
Okay.
Boop, boop. Oh, okay. So no audio for right now. Don't seem like seasickness. Now that I look at you, I'll be the Aether. Then I reckon. It'll be the Aether. Some are more sensitive to this stuff than others. Seeing and we ain't too far from Wildbrand now, which is chock full of Aetherites. No need to fret though. You'll soon get used to it. Oh, but make creaking sounds. Might as well be blooming seasickness. Ship's leaping around like a dented chocobo today.
Sloppy.
Demented? Thank you. I reckon I might head out on the deck, get myself a breath of fresh air. Limsa still fair away. In case you were wondering, seeing as you're awake and all, how about you keep me company till we get there? Okay, that just sounds... You could have phrased that better. Them younguns don't much care for conversation, see? Just like, keep me company. What a statement to say to a stranger. Any road? What? Brand's the name, and a peddling's my trade. There are so many words in 14 that I have no idea how to pronounce.
Sorry.
Listen, okay, there's one scene where the one guy calls you a whore if you're a female character. What? Don't tell me for spoilers, but... Please DM me. I want to know. I smell that salted breeze. Now then, last, judging by your unusual garments, I say you're one of them new adventures. Am I warm? I knew it. Going wherever the wind blows, seeking the fortune and glory? Now, that's what I call living. So as long as you could avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business these days, especially. I don't even know what accent I'm doing. What was it? What was that first attracted you to it? Oh yeah, tell me which option you choose for dialogue.
I'm gonna go for glory myself, so.
The win glory. Glory, eh? Well, if you're willing to take on them tasks as other folk ain't, an adventurer such as yourself can win fame of fame what coin can't buy. When you arrive in town, you'll want to report to the Adventurers Guild. You can find out everything you need about the adventure and business in there. Just remember though, there's more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit being dead, and that's a fact.
I mean, there is if you deal with the underworld, but I don't know if that.
In the underworld?
Yeah.
Ships off the starboard bow, pirate colors, Hades, getting the respect of Hades.
Yeah.
Pirate, bloody hells. Have you no sense? Get below. This is so funny without sound.
It is.
What is the world coming to? Pirates finder and a ship flying limbs of colors? Bastards either have a boatload of balls or a bucket roll of brains. Ye can rest easy, friends. We made it out of the old cannon range, and no bucketeer's bark will catch this flight in temptress once the wind's in her sails. That was too bleeding close. But one of us kept her head on her shoulders. I'd reckon I've lost mine otherwise. If them pirates gave up the chase, we'd have been close to port. Let's head out onto deck and have a look, shall we? I'll restart my game once we actually get in game. Should only take a sec.
Yeah.
By the by, is this your first trip to Limsa Limsa? I'm guessing you're going with no.
Yeah. Even though it is input now.
Okay. That not. But I wager there have been some changes since your last visit. Wait, did I? No, first visit. So it would have been yet. My bad. Got that backwards. Allow a journey in the. What is that word? Itinerant. Allow a journey itinerant to appraise you of your current state of affairs. Limsa prides itself on being Eorasia's foremost naval power. Eorasia is the continent, by the way. It wasn't too long ago that place was ruled by pirates, but thanks to the current admiral's civilian influence, city-states could almost pass for a respectable nation. You never guessed she was once a rum-swinging buccaneer herself. It's the foremost hub of ERP, that also. More than the canonical strip club. Of course, most of the folk ain't so quick to change, and a town full of liberty-loving ruffians. You can imagine how many naysayers and troublemakers she got to deal with, like the pirates who took a fancy to us just now. And if that weren't bad enough, I heard that the Shogun are raiding the coast just as bold as you please. Them are the sea-dwelling beast, and the locals called fishbacks. Because he didn't know. In case he didn't know. Oh yeah, I forgot they were racist to the beast kind. Not long last, a land hole. Behold, Limsa, a nation blessed by the ocean's bounty and beloved of Liminium, gods of navigation. Oh. On a ship swept?
A little maxing.
Okay, this part's voice.
This looks like a city in Legend of Dragoon so much.
Legends of Dragoon?
Yeah. It's another Squaresoft game.
Oh. I actually never heard of that.
You'd like it.
Legends of Dragoon.
It was on the PlayStation 1.
Oh, wow. It does look like Final Fantasy-esque. And haters better part ways, alas. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares. And then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this. By way of thanks for saving me otters earlier. Hey, you never did tell me your name, did you? Well, here's an idea. Become the sort of story personage I can brag about having met, and I'll have considered us square.
He wants our personage now. Wow. Just like Bub.
Wait, what?
I said he wants our personage now. Just like Bub.
Personage? I forgot how good the graphics update looks. Hey, you there. I mean you. This is my district, and I make my business to known to all scum that washes up in it. An adventure fresh off the boat, is it? Well then. Allow one of Limza's finest to set you on the right path. Hop to it, lass. I haven't all day. And we are in the game.
Okay.
You can get used to the controls real quick. Open, no. And I'm gonna restart my game real quick.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we starting in Limza, so there's gonna be a lot of Limza speak.
Okay. That's fine.
Shiny!
Hello.
Hello!
I'm here to cause problems.
Welcome, welcome. You are the second problem to
Very good.
arrive?
What problem?
Verily, I have arrived upon this locale to cause as many problems as possible.
Awesome, awesome. I'm restarting my game to get sound back.
You know what? Fair.
Because I started the game and I had no sound for some reason. It didn't even like show up in any of my sounds. Sound!
Yeah, OBS is. Do you use OBS?
Yeah, I have OBS.
Okay, because I know some people use like Stream Elements, OBS, Live Split, like a bunch of different stuff. OBS lately has just been stupid. Like, it's just not wanting to work correctly.
I changed my Windows version, and then I also changed my voice meter over Potato. And I also just updated like OBS for the first time in like 2 years. So I have a lot of things I'm getting used to and that are sometimes just randomly not working.
You know what? Fair. Everything's just breaking. Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, well I got sound now. Let me screen share for you. There we go. We just made it past literally the intro and just entered the game.
Cool.
Have you played 14 before?
Who, me?
Yeah.
All the way up until just before Dawn Trail, and then I ran out of money.
Good place to end.
Pray tell, return to the Waking Sands.
Yes, sound is fixed. Oh my god, I have to redo all my controls. Because I started a free trial account. So
yes, the clean slate protocol.
This is my first playthrough, so I had.
yeah, I'm too poor for sub right now, so I just made a free trial account.
Same.
Okay.
I'm going to be right back. I am here to do the stuff and things, but my stomach is upset tonight, so I'll be back.
That's
shortly.
fine. It's also going to be a short gaming session today. Starting out.
Entirely fair. I just here for a moment.
Yeah. You're good.
I have a document, so
You have a what?
my appointment's tomorrow. So
Oh, yeah. So how much longer do you have?
I could do like a mission or two.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to get too far. I wasn't trying to be mean.
It's
I
a
just
very
wanna get some
long
rest.
game, so there's literally no rush getting through it.
Okay.
So yeah. And I also don't want to keep you on too long if you need to be up. Okay. I'm guessing you.
If you want to.
Huh?
If you want to, you can still stream some more watch, but I just can't
Yeah, I
play
might.
too long because I'll be up all night.
I might switch
And
over
I can't do
to
that.
something else.
Okay.
Okay. Are you on rice flow? Reese flaw dialogue?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't even know who's talking. Hey, where's in the bleeding hells do you think you're going? I told you to get over here. Oh, it's the same dude. Oh, okay. I walked away. Bum. First quest. Coming to Limza. Accept.
I tried walking backwards away, and he just said, "Get over here too." So
Yeah, I immediately walked forward. Now then, I'm certain you're itching to explore, but adventurers are required to register in the presence in the city. And without a bit of local knowledge, you'd like to get your throat slit in some piss-stinking alley. So before you do anything, get yourself over to the Drowning Wrench and enroll in the Adventurers Guild. It's not far. Just head straight down the street and speak with Graffa. He'll show you how to work that big moving platform. We call it the Crow's Lift, and that'll take you up to the pub. Once you're there, look for a fellow by the name of Brandron. He's a proprietor of the wrench. I always want to say wrench. You might curse like an ale-sobbing sailor, but the man's got a soft spot for wide-eyed newcomers like yourself. He'll set you straight. Got all that? Good. Now run along and may the navigator guide you on your journey. Bum, bum. Oh yeah, I wouldn't worry too much about the UI and controls and everything at the beginning. It's very customizable, as you would imagine.
Yeah. Like other games.
I
get that.
So, like, there's a lot to change, but I wouldn't worry about it too much at the beginning. Until you get used to, like, what's what. Did you talk to Jafar?
Doing so now.
Ba-ba. Welcome to Limbs. If you have a mind to visit the Drowning Wrench, the Crow's Lift will take you there. Take the lift.
It's not letting me talk to him.
Oh, it's not?
There he goes.
Oh yeah, you're on controller, so... So I can't help
I
you
got it, though.
too much with controls, because I'm on keyboard and mouse.
I had to circle around him like 6 times for him to highlight.
Oh? I've never used controller once in this game, but some people, like, love using controller over keyboard and mouse.
I'm impartial to it because I have no choice, but
It is designed
Well,
with controller in mind.
Yeah.
Because it came out on the, I think the PS2? Is it the PS2 or is that 10? It came out on controller and PC when it first came out, so it was designed with controller in mind.
it was the PlayStation 2 when it first came out, I believe. It was either 11 or 14 that was online for PlayStation 2. So
Yeah, I don't remember which one was on the PlayStation. I remember, like, one of them was. Did you talk to, Badgeron?
yes,
Oh,
I
okay.
have.
Greetings to ye, lass. What it'll be? But you ain't had her for a drink, are ye? We've come with the mind to try your and adventuring, I reckon. Well, you'll find no shortage of work in the Limsa. Name's Brenran, and this is the most hospitalities in the Drowning Wrench. This is what I mean by Limsa speak, by the way. 'Tis
Yeah.
also the home of the Adventurers Guild here in Limsa. That's why we got her desk specifically for a maid in the guild business, and you or I seem to spend more time saving the necks of old yippers like yourself and then wetting the throats of old me regulars. Adventurers have a knack for finding trouble, see? Not that they need any of these parts on old account that are in trouble. Wherever you look. If you manage to steer clear of the fishbacks and the kobolds outside the city, the pirates on the inside will get you instead. And if they don't manage, there's always the Guardian Empire to finish the job. Oh, no one knows what they're planning, of course, but if they're planning anything, you be sure it's to kill the lot of us. Aye, this town seems peaceful at a glance. But look again and you see people living in fear of what tomorrow might bring. And who could blame them? After everything that's happened, erosion might have blown during the calamity. Your homes weren't the only things that got wiped off the face of existence by that thrice damned bastard of a dragon. It took our bleeding memories too, and no one's been able to explain it in a way that makes ounce of sense. None of the old folks what saw it and are living to tell the tale seem to agree on the tale that actually goes. It's all foggy, like recollections of the hard night on the ale. You can imagine why people might fear for the future if they can't rightly recall the past. I'm surviving. But there is one thing we all...
As somebody who has a natural Scottish bro, would you like to see what it sounds like?
You want to take over?
Sure. But there is one thing we all remember, and that's a group of adventurers what laid down their lives to drag yours you back from the brink when she was bound for the abyss.
That's so good.
Well, I say we remember. Truth is, though we ain't forgotten what they did for us, this god's damned calamity spawned memory loss, robbed us of their names.
Names?
It won't even let us picture their damn faces. Just like standing at the gold flame in the front of the sun. All you see in your mind's eye is a shadow set against a blinding glare. Well, that's how every bugger describes it, by the way. Give or take the old goal.
Oh my god, you're doing so good.
It's this what's got people calling the heroes the warriors of light. If Limbs is ever going to put this time of darkness behind it, it's going to need venturers to help banish the fear. It's going to need new heroes like the ones we lost. Maybe one day it'll be one of them. And that's why any aid we can give to a venturer is effort well spent. What say you, lass? You be willing to lend us your strength? No.
Oh, I was curious if you actually had a dialogue, like a choice there.
But thanks to you and to the navigators and all. I knew she'd steer you my way for a reason. But listen to me. Yattering on like a sun-touched fishwife. 'Tis out time we got your mark in the book. Put your scroll right there. No, not that page, the other one. Riven Lizard, is it? Fine name it is.
Oh yeah, what name did you go with?
Orange Ocelot, but
Okay. We'll
That's
just
about it.
replace my name with Ocelot then. Ba-ba.
Congratulations, you're now an upstanding member of the Adventurers Guild. You want me to show you the vocal
I can
range
take
and
this,
voice
dude.
this one too? You want to do it?
I can do it. It'll be stupid.
Okay.
I love giving people stupid voices randomly.
Entirely fair. Yeah,
You
honestly,
the-
the Yellow Jackets deserve stupid faces.
You the adventurer. You sailed on the last ferry, did you not? Okay, maybe it wasn't that stupid, but It's like a gamble. It's like a gotcha whenever I try to do a voice. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. It just happens. The captain reported being attacked by a pirate vessel, and several witnesses have testified independently that a passenger matching their description went out on deck mere moments before the incident took place. Sending your friend signal, weren't you?
Now hold on just there, just a moment there, officer. You got the wrong lass. This fine, upstanding young lady is my dear departed grandma's sister's niece's cousin's closest companion. Lass wouldn't be caught dead fraternizing with you such unsavory elements.
Hearing that properly voiced is amazing. Is that right? You are surely aware of the recent kidnappings? Respectfully, then, we cannot be too trusting of outsiders at the time when the loyalty of even our closest friends is in doubt.
Aye, you make a good point there, officer. Very good point. Very wise. You needn't worry, though. I keep one eye open at all times. Me, and two more often than not. Now, sir, what say ye to a tinker of me finest ale before you return to your duties, eh?
Not a watered-down cup of piss like last time, I should hope.
Hey, got the faintest idea what you're about, officer. The wench might offer some of the cheapest grog this side of the street of Mirathor, but that don't mean it won't get you good and pickled. And look, there's a chair over there just crying to be sat on, so kick off them savvy boots, eh? That's right, fuck off.
Free beer?
You'll have to excuse us, you got bloody yellow jackets. There's been a spat kidnapping, see, and they ain't got no clues behind them. Naturally, they've taken to clapping irons and anyone who looks vaguely suspicious, which means adventurers, visitors, pretty much every bugger this side here to the town. Don't take it personal, though. Us Luminsons can be a headstrong bunch of bastards, 'tis true, but given time, we'll grow on you. Now, where was I? Oh, aye. Welcome to Limsa Lominsa, where the sea's as green as the faces of my patrons after a few too many black belly whiskies. Now, take a moment to gather your wits, and we'll get started with learning the ways of the city.
How do you like Limsa speak, Ocelot?
It's actually awesome when it comes from YouTube.
I actually love reading Limsa speak.
At least I don't have to hear about.
This concludes intro game tutorial. You've taken your first step as a venture in the city of Limsa. With more of the wisdom of Brandon 10 fingers? Then go
on 10 fingers.
Didn't know he had a last name.
Yep.
Go for it.
He used to be known as 11 Fingers. Unfortunately, the 11th got cut off at a salty wench incident. We don't talk about it.
I just want to know what the 11th finger was.
Oh, it's a right and thumping thumb.
Oh yeah, you can get blasted with pop-ups. Oh yeah, the very sharp quest symbol is the main story.
If it's a ring, it's a side quest. If it's on fire, it's a main quest.
Spiky fire. And also, you could always, in the top left corner, you could always click on that. That's the main story quest. If you ever need to figure out where it is, it pops up the map. I don't know how to get to it on controller, but it's there. You ready for the next part?
Yes, sir.
Close to home. Brandon, proprietor of the Drowning Wrench, wants you to perform 3 tasks that will help you learn the fundamentals of adventuring. Accept.
Right then, let's start you off nice and easy with 3 tasks what'll help you get used to life here in Limsa. Firstly, if you head down a floor, then point your nose to the west, you'll get an eyeful of great glowing crystal in the middle of the courtyard.
Math.
Well, that's an aetherite, a device that can move you from one place to another in the blink of an eye. Ain't no swifter way to travel, providing there's an aetherite where you want to go, of course. Have a chat with the yellow jacket on guard down there, and you'll be treated to a lecture on the working of the device. Before you do that, though, remember to touch the thing. Strange as it sounds, it won't work till you have.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be like commenting on how good your voice acting is the entire time. By the way,
That's
the
fine.
way you said like a quarters was so good.
Ah, right, of course. Second on the list is the marketplace. You'll find weapons, armor, and all your venturing bits and pieces for sale in the district what lies beyond the aetherite. Don't go throwing your gill around just yet, though, or you'll be fleeced quicker than you can say, "Why is me corn boy so light?" Have a word with Swazblit instead. He's the heir of the Merchant's League, by the way. Give him this old octant, and it'll treat you well. The last of me you'll pull in, I suggest you meet some fellow spell slingers at the Arcanist's Guild. I guarantee you'll learn a few new tricks for your tome if you decide to go join their crew. Miri in the front desk is one to get you started. All that last? See to them 3 tasks, take you on a little jaunt around the city and help you work out where everything is. Now, I best be getting on. Along, eh? Bugger it! I'll go send you off for telling you something crucial. That bloody calamity's made a right mess of me memory, I swear. Well, that or any L, that or the gal. While you're at, if you happen to pass any poor sods what look like they might need your help, consider giving them a listen, eh? Sounds like a chore, I admit, but you never know what interesting opportunities could be lurking out there, just waiting for you to stumble on them. For example, Ninia over yonder's been casting glances at you since you waltzed in. Why not lend an ear? See what she has to say. Aye.
Oh
You'd
shit.
like to find yourself running odd errands at the beginning, but once you build a reputation as a woman folk can trust, the jobs will get harder and the rewards more generous. If you've the time, I'd also ask the advice of the Smith's ear at the witch. The lads as bear that title have some fine advice for them that are just starting out in the profession. And that, my girl, is how you go about becoming a legend amongst adventurers. So,
Hi.
nod. Go ever talk to that man over there. So,
Leave the drown on your watch. You must accept the quest, making a name by speaking with Ninia.
ah yes, speaking with Nunya. I have business with Nunya. Who's Nunya? Nunya business.
Oh, the controls are
small
so weird. Oh yeah, if you don't like the controllers, there's a different control format that you could switch to. By the way, Ocelot.
Okay.
You
Checking
talked
that
to-
out now.
Huh?
I'm just checking that out now.
The controls?
Just to continue on. Yeah.
Okay. It's in... Let's find it real quick. System config?
System, I think.
No, I think it's character. General. It's a legacy type. Should be the first, like, page. I think there's a strafing option? Oh, I haven't played 14 in so long. These settings are so confusing. Yeah, so it would be a legacy type. Did you find it?
Default controls for mouse and keyboard are WASD is forward, backwards, strafe left, strafe right, and then E and Q is rotate left and rotate right.
He's on PlayStation, so he has controller.
On a PlayStation.
Yeah. So right stick should just rotate your camera, and then the stick forward, left stick forward is move forward, left stick back is move back, left stick left is strafe left, left stick right is strafe right, and then the camera is rotation.
Did you find the legacy option?
No, I did not. I'll check that again.
It's system, which is like the bottom right most red circle. And then it's character config, and then it's literally the first page. Hey, Goblin! Carrot.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. And then hit apply. And then... Oh yeah, that feels so much better. There's many more settings to change, and then we'll like slowly get to them.
Okay.
You ready to continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh,
Making a name. Ninia, a veteran adventurer, has some information that might be of interest to you. I can do it. Oh, it's a Lalafell. Well,
And it's a female Lalafell.
well, would you look at this? A shiny new adventure. Listen close, lass. I have some information that might just help put you on the map here in Limsa. I was passing through Bulwark Hall beyond not long ago and saw a bunch of herbs just scattered about the ground. Now, I'm not entirely certain, but I think they might have been the black market wares known as the Dream Flowers. Limsa is a busy port, and not all the merchants that blow across the strait are above board. If you know what I mean. How did the plans end up in mizzen mast? Not expecting that word. Who knows? Might have been a deal gone bad. The important thing is that you make a name for yourself by handing them in. Speak to Gonduriel, and she'll get you down to the first floor.
Skin rail.
Oh, is it skin rail? Oh, that's close. Then all you have to do is pick up the herbs and take them to... What? Someone just bashed the keyboard there.
No, it's a hit skiff.
Take them to a hit skiff at Octant. Being a wordy captain, he knows a thing or two about such shady goods.
Trust
What
me,
a
the
name.
Lumenson names are... Merwy Blufwessen is the name of the fucking leader of the city. So, like, they're... They're difficult names to pronounce unless you're, like, familiarized with it, like Sadojib.
I've played up to like base Dawn Trail. I'm used to it. I just make up words to replace them,
Yeah.
or I just butcher them entirely and go with it.
That's fair.
I'm a lurk, so I want to check out this one thing. I'll be back later. Okay, thank you for the lurk. Yeah, the language is practically Welsh. Is it practically Welsh? I feel like you would know more.
Icelandic, so
Icelandic?
close to Welsh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Welsh akin. Guess I'll take it.
Honestly, if you took on an Icelandic accent, and like a Welsh accent is, you know, like skinreal, whereas a Icelandic accent is, oh yeah, that's skinreal.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can't do that, by the way. You wish to visit... You wish to visit Boardwalk Hall below? The cruise ready when you are. Check the lift.
Creakety crackety crackety creakety creakety crackety. Hey, look! Somebody dropped their weed.
Who would drop this
look, it's orange.
perfectly good unicorn kush? Interacting on some quests, you will interact with objects with which you can interact simply by approaching, then right-clicking, or however you do on a mouse. Oh, I thought someone was at the door. It's my cat. I thought someone knocked at my door. I remember when I first played 14, I started in Ulda, like my first attempt at playing 14, and picking up all the coins in Ulda was the most, like, confusing thing I have ever done. Like, I couldn't figure it out, like, the map. It was so confusing.
Yeah. That's because Ulda is essentially just 3 rings that are laid out in such a concentric design that it's utter nonsense.
Like, the actual, like, inside of the city is just a maze.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Limsa is also a maze, but it's a maze where you only have to really go 4 directions. This place is only confusing if you're trying to do crafter stuff.
This place, yeah, because you have to go to the lower decks. This place is very confusing, like, the first time you're here. Like, the first few times, like, you're actually exploring it. But after, like, that, it gets pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's like any city in World of Warcraft.
Yep.
Okay, so we're doing a side quest, which is picking up the flowers, and the main quest is touching the giant meth crystal.
Okay.
So, tell me whichever one you're, like, going to first.
Boo Blue's not wrong. Limps is the simplest place. You just need to know to go to the 8th right for ERP. Not wrong.
That sounds like something Bubby does on a daily basis.
Listen, anything's a dildo if you're brave enough. That 8th right could fit.
I don't know, that signpost got a flare base.
The only downside is the pointy bits.
Spiked for your pleasure.
Spiked for Dracula's pleasure.
Are you going to...
A hit skiff?
A hit skiff?
I picked the thing up.
A hit skiff? I hope it was a hit skiff.
You want a quick throwaway voice for this character?
Go for
Sure.
it.
Yes, I'm a hit skiff. You have some herbs for me you want me to examine? Hey, look! I found this cocaine on the floor. Yes. As you suspected, these are highly illegal blooms known as dream flowers.
Oh my god, it
They're
is
prime
weed.
ingredients of the creation of somnus, a substance whose fragrance is said to lull the sniffer's mind to the sleep of death.
It is weed.
Forgive me, I couldn't resist the jest. These herbs are not more than athalic lavender,
Aw.
a common enough export from Limsa Lominsa. In fact, these probably spilled from crates that were loaded onto my very own ship.
Oh.
I think someone's been having a bit of fun with you, miss. But not to worry, you've learned a few things and made a new acquaintance. Well met. Anyways, fuck off.
Go touch the giant myth crystal.
Catchy.
So the aetherites are the teleport points, and you have to touch all of them to be able to teleport to it. That's how you unlock them. Oh, mystery voice. Ah, another novice adventurer. A brethren has sent more than a few of your kind this way of late.
Sunhimmel.
I am Sunhimmel, one of the Yellow Jackets tasked with keeping the peace in the city. It is also my charge to provide guidance in the use of this device. Fear not, I shall be brief.
No, the fuck you won't.
No, he won't. Aetherites are crystalline constructions that tap into the ethereal energies. They are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Return and teleport, the most common transportation spells, make direct use of the aetherites and their connection to the flow of aether. I want to touch you also. Okay, Bulba. Okay, chill.
Hey, yo.
And as these devices are found in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurer worthy of the name will wish to seek out and attune himself to each one. I gotta change that too because also lots of male character. Once you have expanded, huh?
I mean, it's fine if you don't want to.
I mean, I'll fuck up, but I'll try to correct it.
You don't need to correct it. It's all good. I'm not asshole or anything like Bub.
This is my chill state, not my horny state. Okay, coming from your previous statement, I feel like you're lying.
Extra doubt.
Once you have expanded your horizons beyond the walls of the city, you will soon find yourself performing the act of attunement, as a matter of course. There is, however, no need for unseemly haste. The aetherites found in and around the city will be sufficient for their present, I assure you. Should you wish to learn more about the aetherites or transportation magic, I'll be here to answer your question. Stairs.
With a frying pan.
You have attuned with the aetherite, you are now able to use the return spell. My frame rate feels choppy. Might be also because I'm screen sharing to Discord, and we're in Limsa. We are going to
Swazblade.
Swazblade?
Yes.
I am somehow getting close to these names. Let me know when you find them. Oh wait, I should be able to find you, right? Because we're on the same world. Okay, yeah, I'm standing right next to Swazblet. You kind of
you could invite each other to a party.
Yeah, I need to find them first.
Well, that's as simple as going back over to where you were plucking the herbs from and coordinating from there. Alternatively, running straight face first at each other.
Oh, you went with I forgot what they're called. Send for friend request.
The Rogadin?
Not. No. Wait. Oh, you can't send for a request on free trial, but I could invite you to. What? Oh, we need someone that's not on a free trial.
Uh-oh. I mean, you could focus target.
Yeah. Well, now I know what it looks like.
Yeah, but you can always focus targets, so if you lose them in the crowd, but you can easily just, clicky clicky.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. I never used that feature.
It also puts a big ass V over their head. It's like, hey, you're chosen idiots right here.
Oh, you would do the equivalent of right-clicking on me to bring up a list.
You're on a list? I knew it.
Can't make friend without sub.
But,
or start a party. You could join a party if someone, like, that's not on free trial starts it.
Yeah. If a person who has a subscription invites you to party, you can join, but free-to-play players cannot invite to party. It's a anti-DDoS, basically just a very long roundabout way of saying it's an anti-DDoS system to prevent people from spamming new accounts with a free trial and then just crashing the servers by doing, like, large raiding parties when they're not permanent accounts and crashing like the economy and stuff like that. It's also the reason why free-to-play players have a hard cap limit of how much gil they can have. I believe it's like 100,000.
Oh, I didn't know there's a limit on that.
Yep. Again, it's for you also can't interact with the trade market. You can't join guilds. You can be added to somebody's friends list if they have a subscription, but you can't add people to your friend list. Again, it's mostly just a DDoS prevention thing, because if your account is technically listed as a temporary account, so to prevent, mass influx of temporary accounts, all adding data to the servers by adding friends lists, making guilds, stuff like that. They just make it so that you don't have access to anything that generates new data, basically.
Makes sense. Yeah, you could add free trial people to like friends list if the other person isn't on free trial.
Mm-hmm.
Are you trying to select them?
Yeah. It's hard on this.
So, do you want to give it an attempt, or shall I?
I took the last two, so you could have this one.
Fair enough. Fine day to you, madam. Welcome to the most replete marketplace in the grand realm of Eorzea, where every shelf groans under the weight of wonders born from all four corners of the world.
That just sounds like nothing sells, so stock just piles up.
Pray, browse the stalls until your eyeballs ache from ogling the overabundance of unbelievable bargains. Now, as much as I would love to elaborate upon the unrivaled quality of our merchandise, I must tend to some cargo, but recently arrived at the docks. You bear a gift from Baderon? Whatever could it... Ah, my Octant! By the navigator, I must have left it behind in the winch, along with a week's pay and several bells worth of intoxicated memories.
Better lock that. What is an octant?
It is a device used by sailors to measure the horizon, and by comparing the sea level to stars and the bow of the ship.
Oh, I didn't know they use sea level in combination with the stars.
If you've ever seen that weird-looking triangle thing with the curved slide under it and the spyglass attached to the side of it, that's an octant. Oh. An octant is a lesser piece of a greater object known as a sextant. A sextant is used to measure wind currents, sea currents, star charts, as well as ship rock and bow break rather, as well as a lot of other like minor details. Sextants are a very wide and heavily used seafaring object before the invention of onboard navigation.
Damn, like ship captains are big brain.
Oh yeah, you have to know a lot. There's a reason why ship captains are irreplaceable and why mutinies are very uncommon. They have to know a lot of information. That's
like so much math.
Surprisingly enough, that's the reason why your ship captain would often know how to provide the information, but wouldn't actually know the math. That's what the navigator is for. The navigator takes the combined information of the ship captain, the boatswain, the quartermaster, and the lookout in order to compile four different aspect of information bases into a singular navigational chart. Because more often than not, navigators would not actually leave the navigational room. Instead, they would often have maps, and they would be presented information from the four key elements of the ship's guidance crew. The captain typically keeps track of the currents as well as directional information. The lookout typically keeps track of horizon as well as cloud cover and wind currents from their vantage point. The boatswain would keep track of oceanic currents as well as ship arc and bow, and the quartermaster would keep track of on-ship information as well as stock and supply to help better keep track of the total mass and weight of the ship, so that you can have a better understanding of like which direction it's going at how much velocity. So each of them would have their own respective information, and they would provide that information to the navigator, who would then compile that information into a singular, actual usable piece of info that would be used across a long form journey between locations. Whereas the captain and the boatswain would typically be more in the moment navigation, with the lookout being reactionary information from other ships as well as sudden occurrences such as stormy weather or sandbars, other ships, large animals like whales or stuff like that. The navigator would typically be in command and control of long journey information and course readjustments. Because even if something were to happen, such as the captain has to turn the ship, for example, the captain turns the ship, they have to keep track of by how many notches or degrees that they turn it. And even if they turn it as something as simple as 4 degrees, that can completely change the long-term navigational information. But the captain, not needing to know that information because they are more of the reactionary commander of the overall journey, just has to let the navigator know that they turned 3 degrees, and the navigator has to readjust the long-term plan and track from destination to destination and adjust the navigational data in order to compensate for that 3-degree turn. Because it's not just as simple as, oh, you turn 3 degrees left, turn 3 degrees right. Because of how oceanic currents, mass, velocity, and momentum work, you instead have to turn 3 degrees left, then 5 degrees right, 3 degrees left, 2 degrees right, then you're back on course. But you have to do that over like an hour, and the navigator is the one who keeps track of that information.
Damn, that is a lot.
Yep.
And also,
navigators
not
like
know you had
the
that.
toughest
Sorry.
people have. I hate to do this, but I gotta go. It's about 10:30 here.
Yeah, no worries.
Thank you for having me on the stream, and thank you for having a lovely information about ship crews and helping me explore this game.
Yee.
You're welcome.
Yeah, just let us know whenever you want to pick it up in the future.
It'll probably be Thursday because I want to get a day rest after my test tomorrow.
Mhm.
So
I'll say this much, I cannot promise to show up every time, but I will make an attempt to show up when I can.
Yeah, no worries.
thank you. Both of your voices are amazing, unlike mine. I don't voice act, I suck at it, and I just can't do it.
It's fine.
It's fine.
We're
If
not
you're
here
wondering
for
about the,
quality. We're here for fun.
Yeah, but if you're wondering as to the reason why I have the ability to switch around to so many voices, I've been voice acting for about 20 years now. So I got a lot of practice under my belt.
Yeah. You sound amazing. So
I just played
Why, thank you.
14 on stream, and I'm not good at voice acting. but it's fun. So I do it.
But yeah, thank you for getting me this far in it. Like,
Yeah.
I can tell already I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this game.
Yeah, the game is very long, so it's not really something to rush through. It's just mainly something to enjoy as you play through it.
At least until Bub comes and heals us. Then I might not.
As many people often say, take your time, do crime.
We do a lot of crime in 14, actually.
I'll tell you this much, if I actually had my subscription, you would have a dedicated healer, because I am a very good astrologian main.
I did pick Arcanist, so I could branch off the healer and DPS.
Yeah, but why healer or when you can always summon the gods? Oh my god, it's a rat attacking me. I cast Greater Heavenly Being.
I was a black
Thank
mage
you, Ian.
maid. Yeah. Don't want to keep you too long. So if you need to go, you could go.
Go on, get.
I'll be listening, but I'm gonna be getting out the feces. So thank you again. I do appreciate it highly.
Yeah. Get some rest.
I will. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye. How the frick do I? Oh.
Yeah, anyone's welcome to like join in and help voice or just play along at any time. So like you can show up literally whenever.
Blue Blue, I am a astrologian and dancer main. Two favorite classes.
Astro is what I played for healer.
It's such a fun class.
I love Astro.
White mage can suck it.
Yeah, I don't
There's
like
a reason
it.
that a certain character decided to move on from, white mage over to fucking black mage. God, is she hotter for it. Listen, touch Fluffy.
Fluffy?
The two of you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Fluffy.
Yes. Those gray eyes and those ears, touch Fluffy. Even bad for the cat.
That's a dog.
No. Not
Fluffy?
that. Not that one. Istola?
Oh, okay. I was like, Wookomat for a sec.
I could hear the DVD for screensaver bouncing around in there. Jesus fucking.
I've never heard your show
Excellently
referred to as Fluffy before.
She's a cat!
I started thinking of cats after I realized you weren't talking about the dog. It's going to give you a run for your buddy boy.
Listen. Ranger. Istola. Thancred. Like, fucking. They can get it.
I forgot how short
Breed
I
the cat
was.
and the sad dads.
The sad dads. Okay, so I guess we're gonna pick it up on Thursday.
More than maybe. Perchance. If you would so consider. Pray, return to this waking sands.
Oh god. I don't have the money for teleport because this is a new account. Oh, I guess Bulb will probably join randomly, and Phantom will join randomly. I was thinking of Touchy Fluffy Tail Monster Girl's site.
Listen, Merylwood Bluffwayson does not have enough Rule 34 of her. I will not elaborate.
Even if it is just us. Yeah. Yeah, no one's expected to join, but they are always welcome.
I expected nothing and I was disappointed. Congratulations, that's a successful.
But I might switch over to Alien Isolation or Near. Haven't decided yet. It's only 10.
So you're either gonna switch over to Hot Aliens or Hot Aliens. Gotcha.
Yeah. Are there aliens in Near?
I mean, one of the biggest cruxes of the story is the fact that Earth got invaded by aliens.
I thought it was wait, were the dragons aliens? I don't know Drakengard lore too much, because I do plan on playing
Drakengard,
it. No, Griffin?
for a very basic summary, considering you're playing Nier and it's, you know, the dream of a memory of a forgotten past. Drakengard 1, the whole plot kicks off because aliens invade from another dimension.
So I know a bunch of time stuff happens and like time gets set back to like a different path.
It's not that time gets sent back or any time shenanigans in that regards. It's that Drakengard 1, aliens come over from a different dimension bringing magic with them. This causes all kinds of fuckery, and Drakengard 1 has like 3 or 4 endings. The secret ending of Drakengard 1 is
Don't tell me the ending.
Drakengard 2.
Don't tell me the ending.
I'm not going to tell you what the endings are. It's just there's several endings to Drakengard 1. The secret one is the beginning to Drakengard 2. Drakengard 2's bad ending is Drakengard 3. Drakengard 3's good ending is Nier Replicant. Nier Replicant's bad ending is Nier Automata.
Oh, that's how it works. Because
convoluted.
I know Drakengard 2 wasn't made by the original director.
Yeah, it's...
So it's not considered canon?
It's considered canon by the virtues of its...
It's continuing
It happened in a dream
off?
of a memory. Yeah, it's how do I say this without it being any kind of spoilers of any capacity?
So it would be like, like someone else made like the continuation of an ending from one.
No.
Don't explain.
Drakengard 2. None of this makes sense in any capacity, and literally you have to like have the greater continuity to understand what the hell's happening.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna forget
to
this.
Explain, the greater explanation is very simply, Drakengard 2 continues off Drakengard 1. Drakengard 3 continues off of the other dimension, which is back in time at the end of Drakengard 1. Basically, the ending of Drakengard 2 starts at the ending of Drakengard 1 in another dimension. It's not time travel shenanigans, it's the whole other dimension shit coming over is reflection of our dimension kind of shit. It's
that is so confusing.
It's again.
But I was expecting nothing less from Nier / Drakengard.
Fucking Yoko Taro's a crackhead, and we love him for it. It's none of it makes sense. Literally, you can know everything there is to know, all of it, from Drakengard 1 all the way up to Nier Automata. Technically Nier Replicant as well, because it came out after Automata, but it's a prequel.
Yeah, I'm playing through Automata Replicant right now.
But the greater continuity and story of all of the games is utter nonsense. The games aren't there to tell you a story. They're there to be a psychological dissertation of the cruelty of mankind and what does it mean to exist.
Yeah,
it's Yoko Taro's depression as a therapy session.
I gathered it's pretty much a modern day Greek tragedy.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a modern day Greek tragedy if you were playing Odysseus.
But
you didn't know you were playing Odysseus because everybody keeps calling No, it's like if you were. It's a modern day Greek tragedy if you were playing Odysseus, but you didn't know you were playing Odysseus because everybody keeps calling you Bruce. So you think you're playing Bruce, a completely different Greek hero, but like you don't find out until the very fucking end you're Odysseus, and then like the walls peel down and you're just like, oh, you cheeky fucker.
You're
Oedipus. Yeah, no, like you think you're playing Odysseus. Everybody keeps calling you Bruce, but in actuality, you're Oedipus who's been cosplaying Odysseus. That's pretty much fucking Yoko Taro. At least it's not as bad as fucking what's it called? Death Stranding. That shit's utter nonsense.
I watched a playthrough of Death Stranding. I actually really like the story on that. And the twin stuff, the twin cest.
Yeah!
Came out of nowhere. And I don't think
Listen, it's Death Stranding. Everything comes out of nowhere. Have you seen anything? Don't explain the Kane masturbating story.
You already did,
Fair
Bulba.
point. Fair enough.
You already did.
Listen, it's not bitching if it's accurate. It's not complaining if it's stating the facts. Fun fact, by the way, there was a movement amongst players and fans of Yoko Taro to call it Drakenir.
Drakenir.
Because they take place in the same universe and continuity. And Yoko Taro literally slapped that shit down and went, no. Absolutely. Basically, a fan went, what do you think? You know, in Japanese, it's just, Konowa Sonadita Deshina. Fucking, but like, that was gibberish. But in Japanese, basically went, what do you think of the fan name for your series, Drakenir? And Yoko went, no. And just next question. Like, what do you think of this nickname for your game series? No. Anyways. Like, the man is unhinged.
I love Yoko Taro.
He is as close to a walking acid trip as you can get. Just without the acid.
I can describe it in more detail. Please don't. Please don't.
So anyways, their Kane was, their Kaine was sitting with a 13-inch Venom statue.
Venom statue.
Oh, you've not heard the 13 inches of Venom?
Yes, yes. That also brought to mind the Dune popcorn bowl.
Uh,
The Greater
if you ever
Chainsaw
need to
Man is
think
also
of
clinically
9S.
insane.
Yeah, the Creator Chainsaw Man is literally antagonistic to his own community. Motherfucker has run like 6 different polls of which character do you like the most, and then killed off the popular one. That's how we got fucking Kobeni, the sloppy blowjob demon.
That sounds like something
Fun
Yoko
fact,
Taro
by
would
the
do.
way.
But he just
Yeah, he
kills
ate
off
the
everybody.
goldfish. My favorite part is that he literally kills off everybody without any explanation, and then brings them back again without any explanation, just to kill them off again because it's like, it hurt the first time, right? Yeah. What about the second time? What if I did it a third time? Are you stupid?
It's like a FromSoft game.
God, don't get me started on FromSoft games. Holy fucking shit. Hey, what if I took a picture of a rock in the middle of a fucking cavern, or put a little bit of moss on it, and then laid like a broken sword next to it? Congratulations, there's the lore. What does this fucking mean? Did you read the item descriptions? Yeah, it said the Moss Knight came through here. You're on a journey to the lands beyond and never truly saw the end of his adventure, and unfortunately passed away because of circumstances beyond his control. Yeah, that's the lore. But what does that have to do with the fucking fire pit?
I don't know. I haven't played Dark Souls yet.
Nothing FromSoft makes any goddamn sense. Hell, fucking an Armored Core 6's plot literally summarizes as fish are scary, man.
He ate the goldfish. Okay, that just reminded me of that one movie. I forgot what it's called. It wasn't a goldfish. Oh, I forgot the name of
Also-
the movie.
Boo Blue, literally, I was just describing Seth. Team Cherry is just as bad. Team Cherry decided that they wanted to follow the FromSoft route with their storytelling and go for atmospheric, scenic storytelling.
It's okay. I have
They kinda
Bulba
just forgot
to
the rest of the
explain everything
fucking
to me.
Silksong has got a wonderful story somewhere.
Bulba will tell me when I get to it.
Be bad is this Ark Survival Explorer notes. Oh my fucking god! I've heard tales of how bad the Ark Survival Explorer notes contradict themselves.
Ark has lore?
Yeah, that's the other problem is Ark has lore.
Wait,
Just like
what?
this. To answer the question, we have to ask another question. That question is Yesin.
Oh yeah, did you know Lethal Company has lore?
Yes.
I
Did you
really
know Repo of all things has lore?
that I didn't expect. I also did not expect Lethal Company to have lore, and I did not expect I would be into it.
Did you know Phasmophobia actually has a story?
I thought it was just a multiplayer game.
Yeah, no, Phasmophobia actually has like a plot.
A Mossbag video beats you. Oh, for Hollow Knight. I've explained all the lore of Nier to Riven, and will have to do for Hollow Knight. True.
Do you
What
know
was
the
the
lore
great
of Dead
lore
by
guy?
Daylight? Oh, holy shit, Dead by Daylight's lore is utter nonsense because every new killer literally retcons all the previous lore just by existing half the time. Like, all we had to do
Wait,
is just be
why
like,
do you
hey,
even
look, we added
bother
a new
with lore
character.
in Dead by Daylight?
Because they wanted to give something to make people just like. One of the biggest questions that was asked with Dead by Daylight when it was first released was, why are these killers in this game?
Is it Alien in it?
Yeah! Fun fact, 99%, and I do mean 99% of the survivors are in the Dead by Daylight universe, like the Nightmare Zone, essentially, where the entity exists against their will. Except like 2 of them. They're there by choice. One of them is there for revenge, specifically to spite the entity, and the other one's there because they just love the pain. My erection doesn't get erect unless I'm suffering. What is wrong with you?
Recalls! What's up?
Don't worry, just go ahead and read King and Yell. It'll make you feel better. Shut the fuck up, Blue Blue.
King and Yell, isn't that oh, the game that's like, oh, how do I not remember it?
King in Yellow is the prequel to the Chthonic series by H.P. Lovecraft.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of the Yellow King from really hard punishing game. That's like pixel art, top down. There's 2 games. It's really difficult.
I think I know what you're talking
One,
about.
the first one takes place in a dungeon. The one takes place in like a World War I or II city. How do
They
I?
sound familiar.
I love this game. Well,
Yeah, no, the King in Yellow is there's a collection of chthonic stories like the King in Yellow, the Red Mass, or the Red Flesh, the I believe it's the Sleeping City. There's Dark Corners of the Earth. There's a bunch of Cthulhu and chthonic H.P. Lovecraft stories out there, but the King in Yellow is a really fucky-wucky one because a good amount of it is I am not you, you are not me, but I am you.
Huh?
By the way, you're insane and I'm God. Like,
Dead by Daylight
King
needs
in-
the Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider would be so cool in Dead by Daylight.
as like a killer or a survivor, because he would work as both.
Honestly, yeah, I just make them both. Have it like 2 options. this is gonna drive me insane not remembering the name of the game.
What? Okay, so describe it again. It's 2 games. One is a top-down in the sewers. The other one is a top-down in.
The first one's in like medieval, like dungeons, and it's like there's gods. There's a bunch of gods that you have to kill in the first one. There's like 4 characters in the first one, which have their own stories and different endings. The second one takes place in a city, and it starts out you arrive on a train, and it's like a battle royale that's taking place in the city.
Those sound familiar, but the first one sounds kind of familiar to Fear and Hunger.
Fear and Hunger, yes. The Yellow King from Fear and Hunger 2, that's what it reminded me of. I know Fear and Hunger pulls from a lot from real life and other stuff.
It pulls a lot from multiple religious iconography, or iconography, is the correct way. As well as multiple real world events.
Yeah. Now, I love how they depict everything.
Yeah.
And it's like the metaverse of religion.
I gotta go.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just fucking the metaverse of religion, huh?
Is it not?
So you're saying the AI
There's a retirement
of
home of gods.
At that point, you might as well just say Fear and Hunger is the sunny meadows of gods.
But is it not kind of like that? Am I wrong?
By technicality, no. Morally, however.
Okay, it's not like the literal. It's like the Fear and Hunger's interpretation of inspired by real life religions.
You know what? You're right. I personally think we should go on a crusade that maybe might not possibly fail against somebody. Remember, if you send 10,000 soldiers against an entire city of 30 million, you definitely maybe possibly might not almost fail.
But who knows? You might win. You never know unless you try.
Yeah, literally, the whole fucking thing is predicated on a private dream, bitch.
Is the metaverse of history? Also
Listen,
not wrong.
as much as Fate gets wrong about so many historical entities, at least it brings attention to lesser known beings that have been like slowly forgotten over time, like Quetzalcoatlus, or like the fact that, fun fact, and this is a fascinating thing regarding Artorias specifically. You want to know history? Something fascinating about King Arthur? King Arthur was very likely a woman.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, that's real?
The fascinating thing about King Arthur was the actual historical name was King Arturia, or Arthur, which technically Artorias is the masculine form, Arturia is the feminine form, but the only thing that is known is a scratched name of Arthur, translated as King Arthur. Now, here's a fascinating, interesting concept about historical knowledge. Kings weren't always men. King does not necessarily mean man. In historical context, king means heavenly. It literally means divine right. It's the reason why so many kings treated themselves as gods and acted as if they had divine right, is because king as a term means closest to heaven. Queen means the closest human to the king. So there were a good number of instances where there were female kings and male queens. Those eventually became consort.
Like, depending on the period in time and like culture, like a king and a queen had like different positions. Like a queen in some like empires pretty much had like little to no power, and then some they did.
Yeah, and that's because in some cultures,
Say it
the
against me.
king ruled everything, and in other cultures, it was the king was too busy being a heavenly super person, so the queen had to rule the kingdom in their place because they were off talking to the fairies or some shit. But anyways, one of the few things we do know about the historical accuracy of King Arthur is that showed up from nowhere, had was considered beautiful by men and women alike, was deemed masculine by women and feminine by men, stood shorter than his peers by a full head, in fact. Literally, the man was famously known for being short. The biggest thing is that the blade that he wielded, Caliburn and Excalibur, were short swords, not long swords. The standard armament of a male knight was a long sword. Short swords were reserved specifically for female fighters because they were much lighter. The average short sword is about 4 pounds, the average long sword is about 8. Doubling the weight does a lot when it comes to forearm strength. King Arthur often resolved a lot of issues diplomatically rather than through combat, but was often known to be a very vicious and aggressive fighter. I'm gonna go back to learning how to induce hallucinations in mice. Have fun! Have you tried PCP? For the mice, not you.
Wait, were you actually doing that, Boba?
But the fascinating thing about it is that the most famous instance, King Arthur's disappearance, which is often attributed to Morgana kidnapping King Arthur and bearing a child with him. King Arthur specifically was missing for just under a year. That's really important because Morgana, or Morgan, was famously masculine.
This is so interesting.
Tall, robust, not a lot of fiction relating to the Arthurian times depicts Morgana as having massive tits, but in actuality, Morgana was your typical woman of the time, fairly muscular, flat-chested for the most part. Nothing about her stood out as particularly effeminate. This is also in keeping with Merlin, who was also famously known as androgynous by proxy. It wouldn't be unusual for the time period for a woman to be masquerading as a man to unify the peoples of her land, and a man to be masquerading as a woman because he's deemed a witch. Because Morgana was historically from a family of mages, or more specifically Wiccans and witches, and knew dark magic. Basically was a medicine woman. And Merlin was a wizard, which is considered the masculine version of a witch, but was also historically referred to as a warlock. A warlock being a effectively evil druid. But because he was a necessary evil, he was kind of allowed to do whatever the fuck he felt like. Both of those are typically a femininely aligned historical precedents. So it would make sense if to hide from to feed into the fear factor, because Arthurian times, they would very often use psychological warfare against their opponents to hype themselves up and break the spine of the enemy faction. If this short, angry woman who is here to unite her peoples presents herself as a man to give credit and credence to her existence, despite how secretive she is, and this man pretends to be a woman in order to be allowed to get away with all kinds of evil magic stuff, aka science, like, mustard gas. And the man pretends to be a woman, or another man pretends to be a woman, or a woman pretends to be a man in the form of Merlin, just to be able to do whatever the fuck they feel like whenever they want, and then gets caught. Because Merlin was historically not a particularly intelligent individual when it came to social cues. But it would make sense as a legal precedence, or not legal precedence, but as a historical precedence, rather, if King Arthur was likely a woman simply because his son, Mordred, who was a bastard child, and we don't really know much about Mordred, was raised by Morgana after King Arthur disappeared for just a little under a year. Now, if Morgana wanted to kidnap King Arthur, she'd only need him for like a week. Like, she didn't kidnap him for any particular reason besides like to steal an heir out of him.
There's folklore
there's folklore that has
been the Lady of the Lake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
know of Lady of the Lake. I don't really know what Lady of the Lake is.
The Lady of the Lake is essentially the human representative of the Fae folk. It's basically a fairy that lives in a lake and doles out divine credence. That's what the lady. Pretty much the King Arthur, as it were, received a mystical blade, Caliburn, from the Lady of the Lake as proof of divine right and divine precedence. And after ascending to the throne by pulling Excalibur from the stone, which was a magic stone, mind you, basically was King of England, right? Both of which are just folk tales that are made up for the sake of providing divine credence for why this person is king.
So it's pretty much just like leadership skill check.
Yeah, basically, you couldn't be king in that era unless you had some divine like reason for being king. Having a fairy give you a magic sword and then pulling in another magic sword out of a rock is literally just divine. God said, "I'm here to save the Holy Land." Like the peasants eat that shit up. But Morgana definitely has precedence as multiple characters. There's even some folklore that the possibility that Merlin was just Morgana in disguise. Again, a lot of shit going on around that time. But there's good precedence as to King Arthur being Artoria rather than Artorius, because, again, Morgana stole or kidnapped King Arthur, and everybody thought, or the tales that are told of that period where King Arthur was missing are told as if, yes, are told as if Morgana was trying to hold the king hostage for some grand ransom. But like the ransom never came. There was never like any demands. There was never like any threats or anything like that. Morgana just kidnapped King Arthur and was gone for like a little under a year.
Like, and oh no, I got kidnapped. I hope nothing bad happens to me while I'm gone for exactly a year.
Yeah. And then about a year later, King Arthur returns, looking more hollowed and harrowed. From many of the stories imply that it's because of Morgana's torture. But like, there's a possible precedence that it's because Morgana kidnapped King Arthur, got her pregnant, stole the child, and then kicked King Arthur out to find her way back home. That would be a very harrowing for a woman who just gave birth for the first time, especially when you consider the fact that around that time, King Arthur was like 17.
Oh, God. Damn.
Yeah, no, King Arthur ascended the throne at the age of like 14, by the way.
Oh, God.
But there's also an interesting concept of the possibility that King Arthur was multiple people. Because King Arthur's legend takes place over such a long period of time, again, takes place around the 100 Years' War, takes place over such a long period of time that there's no feasible or reasonable way that these individuals could still exist in such a long capacity when the average lifespan was 30 years old, right? So there's both precedents for King Arthur being a woman, and for Morgana being not a woman, and for Merlin not even being a person, but also precedents of these three legendary mythical figures being multiple people. Because it would be very easy to have somebody who looks similar and behaves similar to a famous person take up their mantle because they died.
Yeah, like, most people won't even ever see the person ever.
Yeah, like, and the only reason why King Arthur is deemed as having been returned to Avalon, basically died, is because of Mordred, aka King Arthur died in the battlefield and they couldn't explain it away as to how he survived because it was such a bloody and violent battle. So they just said, he was returned to Avalon to return one day when the Sword in the Stone is pulled from, wherever the hell it is. Where's the Sword in the Stone? Fuck if I know, man.
So
But,
King Arthur is more of a title than a person. In that theory.
In that theory, it again holds credence that there's the possibility that the original King Arthur was a woman, was kidnapped by Morgana, got pregnant, came back, ruled for a time period, died, was replaced by her spawn, her son, who was actually a male, Mordred. Mordred ended up having a child with an unknown woman. That child was neglected and mistreated, unlike Mordred, who was, raised to replace King Arthur. Ended up causing problems, got into a really violent and bloody battle, was killed by their own Hellspawn, who took up the name Mordred because the original Mordred became Arthur, and thus King Arthur died. But in actuality, King Arthur died like 2 or 3 times because it's possible that the woman that was King Arthur, Artoria, was the daughter of the first person who started the legend. Like, it might be a family of, like, that's the precedence, is there might be a family affair happening here. A man tries to unite England, is just vague enough, just androgynous enough to pass off as male or female, has a daughter, he dies, she takes up the mantle and his sword, Caliburn, uses it as credence of I am heaven sent and God yada yada Lady of the Lake type shit, and to cover the fact that she's just a normal person like fucking everybody else. She gets kidnapped by Morgana, has a son. That son takes up her mantle when she inevitably dies because, not a very long life expectancy. And then that son gets killed by his kid, thus ending the tale of the Legend of Arthur. And the reason why any of this is possible as a potential, like, maybe it's true, maybe it's not, we don't have any concrete evidence, is because everything during that time period was so goddamn fucked that nobody knows. There is a good, strong amount of evidence that King Arthur was a woman. But there's also just as much evidence that it was a family affair. But there's also just as much evidence that it's all bullshit. And that King Arthur never actually exists. It was just a title passed around like a fucking drunken whore to whoever the fuck fit the role to try and unify the peasantry because, the nobles at the time were just as screwed over as the peasants, so they had to like play the angle of how do you do, fellow peasants? It's holy shit, there's so much going on with the Arthurian legend, and
It's like
it's just
a collection of like a bunch of fanfics.
It's basically a bunch of fanfics, but like the fanfics were written by illiterate people on sticky notes and left in like
It's like Elden Ring
nailed
lore.
to a tree in the middle of a fucking forest. Like, no, Elden Ring lore is worse than that, by the way.
I do love Elden Ring lore.
Elden Ring lore is so much gibberish and nonsense, and fucking, I am still so goddamn angry about the fact that when we were introduced to Elden Ring, it was, hey, welcome to Elden Ring. You're going to be fighting during the War of Ascension. The Erd Tree has fallen, and all of the children of America are now ascending to the throne to try and claim the Elden Ring and become the Elden Lord. You will stake your claim in this tumultuous times and overthrow entire kingdoms, and that's not what happens. Instead, you're killing old folks in their retirement homes and one dude who really needs to be taken off of life support. And congratulations, the only actual person who can contest you for this shit and being actual Elden Lord
Is the Elden Lord?
is a fucking hooker sleeping next to a dead god, and that dead god's dad. Like, the only actual person who can come forward and stake their claim as proper Elden Lord, which, the entire plot of the game is nonsense, and we were not given what we were promised, is fucking Godfrey. And Godfrey literally shows up of, I'm coming out of retirement to kick your ass. Why? You killed my son. Your son?
Is Godfrey the Elden Lord?
Yeah. Godfrey the First Elden Ring.
I feel like Godfrey is pretty much just like Odysseus. Except he gets his ass kicked.
Yeah, Godfrey is Odysseus, but unfortunately, Poseidon's just a whiny little twink, and that twink kicks his ass. Dude, fucking the FromSoft plot lore. Again, FromSoft does not know how to write lore. They make phenomenal visual spectacles and really
I love the
good
worlds.
and hard games. Yeah,
The world. I love the
worlds
world
are
building.
cool.
And like the
building's
history.
phenomenal.
I love how there's like so much history.
Unless it's Dark Souls 1, in which case the history is it happened in a dream of a memory of a forgotten post-it note that somebody's uncle's cousin's third dog twice removed barfed up on the kitchen floor. Why am I killing a dragon? It's a greater demon. Is it though?
I can't wait to play Dark Souls. Especially with seamless co-op.
When the Rings first trailer came out, I thought it was the Lord of the Rings game. Yeah, no, like that's the problem with Elden Ring is Elden Ring was presented as Battle for Middle-earth FromSoft style. What we instead got was welcome to the retirement home, kill the old people. Like, they made it seem like you're reclaiming like shards of the Elden Ring in order to restore it and claim the Elden Throne. Instead, it's, okay, you don't actually have to fix the Elden Ring and not all of the shards are required. Just kill 2 of these guys, beat up an old man, and then catch a tree on fire. Congratulations, you are now God. What?
The water of Code Vein may be crazy, but it shall be overshadowed by my gooning.
Hey, listen, Code Vein, the reason it's got Vein in its name is because, you know...
That vein
Well,
is veining.
Yeah, the Code Snickers. You know, they took the dick vein off of the Snickers bars.
Oh, I'm so excited for Code Vein 2.
It's fucking, it's just fucking nonsense. It's gibberish.
I honestly don't really know what the... Code Vein has a bit of lore. It's not heavy.
I don't fucking know what Code Vein's lore is. All I know is God. It has something to do with fucking God
It's
Eater.
alien. It's alien virus.
Of course, because God Eater 1 was Alien
aliens
Virus.
like
God Eater 2
spores.
was Alien Virus. God Eater 3 was Monster Hunter Alien Virus. And then Code Vein is, hey, what if the Alien Virus but sentient?
Oh yeah, Elden Ring is also aliens.
Yeah, technically, it's like...
It's
Elden
like
Ring is technically like 5 or 6, maybe 12 gods are all deciding the fate of the world through this one really depressed, selectively mute psychopath.
I want like Elden Ring 2 and it's in space.
Ronnie ending confirmed at that point.
Just take the... Oh wait, I can't say that. No 14 spoilers. Okay, well...
No, you know what? Here, don't do the Final Fantasy 14 spoilers. Do the Final Fantasy 10. Literally just have a dragon in space kidnap you so that you can... and fucking fight the moon.
Final Fantasy
You
10?
think I'm kidding? I am fucking not. Literally, fucking the final super boss of Final Fantasy X is a dragon kidnaps you into space to fight the moon.
10? Is that like the sequel?
No, it's just Final Fantasy X.
10 was the whale.
No, it is the fucking super boss on the moon.
There's not a moon. The moon's not in 10.
Isn't it? Or is it 11? I
Oh
forget.
no,
Final
the
Fantasy
whale
11.
the whale that takes you to space is Final Fantasy 3 or 4? I think it's 4.
Honestly, the numbers are fucking confusing as shit.
Yeah, it's
What are you gonna do,
the
fight
whale
sun?
bus. The,
Whips out knife, challenges God. Yeah, basically. See, the worst part is with Final Fantasy games, it's you start the game
4. It's
and
4.
you're given a knife. Okay, you start the game and you're given a knife. Over time, you get better knives and magic powers, but like you get better knives and magic powers. And then at the end of the game, you're sitting there wondering with your giant knife that is bigger than your whole goddamn body, with magic crystals on it and ancient runes from a long forgotten civilization, as you stare down the eldritch horror that has come down from the heavens above just to kill you in particular, because it really just doesn't like you, because you undermined all of its machinations. Then you just sit there waiting for your chance to attack as you go, how the hell did I end up here? Meanwhile, FromSoft games are, you start with a knife, kill God. What? Am I gonna get better at this along the way? What about my enemies? Oh yes, your enemies will always be better than you. I dumped 99 into every fucking stat in the game. Am I able to kill God easily now? No, but you won't die as fast.
Souls
Why do you hate me?
game. Kill God with a stick.
Yeah. The worst part is it works.
Just embarrass the shit out of God.
When you find the legendary weapons, it makes sense why you can kill God in a FromSoft game. But when a challenge runner comes along and kills God with their bare fucking fists, it makes you wonder why Joe Schmo, the peon from fucking 4 streets down, couldn't do this 6 years ago. Like, I don't give a shit if she's Melania, never been beaten before. I'm about to run these hands, and it works. Average Terraria experience? Yes! Hey, welcome to the wonderful world of Terraria. Would you like to build a house? Sure, kill the moon. What?
I actually don't know what you do in Terraria. Besides...
Dude, there's a plot in Terraria. Do you know what the plot is? The plot is, hey, the world used to be cool, and then you showed up.
I should play Terraria at some point. I'm surprised I haven't. I have it on my phone. Gotta play Terraria. I should. I do.
Dude, Terraria is so much fun. But it takes so fucking long to get started.
Oh, that's fine. I like the starting in, like, Minecraft. Once, like, you have, like, everything settled in Minecraft, it kind of gets boring.
Yeah, but with Minecraft, you get a house and get, like, a basic system set up in, like, 5 or 6 hours. In Terraria, for the average starting player, you encounter your first boss 13 hours later. And that's the first out of, I think, 42 bosses.
Jesus. Then we should do modded Terraria? Can't wait for you to see Supreme Calamity. Calamitous?
Boo Boo. Yeah, Calamitous. Boo Boo, you are an asshole, and I want to see that.
I should get Terraria at some point, and then you can help me with modding.
Oh, modding in Terraria is super simple. When you buy Terraria on Steam, it comes with a free secondary system called Tmod Loader. Tmod Loader is an extremely intuitive and user-friendly mod loader. Basically, it loads up default Terraria, but with a mod system, an internal mod loading system inside of it, where you get an extra button on the main menu
that
nice. Lets you open a mod browser. And that mod browser, all you have to do is click download, and it downloads into the game. Then when you go back to the main menu, as long as you enable the mod, it will reload the game internally, and the mod will be installed and ready to play.
Oh, it's so easy. I respawn in like 15 seconds. Don't die. The situation I'm in.
Those 15 seconds. Those 15 seconds are so fucking long because the way the tick rate in Terraria works is those 15 seconds are actually 18 seconds.
I have no context for this. I'm guessing this is like during the boss fight.
When you die, the default respawn timer is 15 seconds. During certain during boss fights, I believe it's longer. No, the default respawn timer is 5 seconds. When it's during a boss fight, it's 15 seconds. But the problem is the way the internal tick rate works for the timer specifically for your death timer, it's not a true 15 seconds. It's actually 18 seconds because the way that it functions is that it is locked to an internal tick rate, and that tick rate is 1.03 seconds.
That's such a weird tick rate.
It's because of the original software that the game was built on, which tied tick rate to your frame rate, which people quickly abused the shit out of to break things.
That's such a long
Because-
tick rate.
Yeah. But keep in mind, it's 1,000 it's, I think it was like 200 milliseconds per frame. Or no, it was, the game originally ran at 30 FPS. It was like 800 or something. Basically, it was 30 FPS, 1,000 milliseconds per 30 frames. So if you had 90 frames, the game ran at 3 times speed.
Oh yeah, so kind of like Fallout.
Yeah. Now, people quickly learned how to abuse this by using the pause menu, where if you open your inventory, you have an option of, while inventory is open, game is paused.
I'm guessing
What happened
your
is-
frame rate increases in the menu.
No. Things still calculate while the menu is open, or at least they did back during that era. So people would literally attack a boss with a piercing projectile that persists, such as jester arrows, pause the game while the arrow was inside the boss.
Oh, it would
and
pause
when
the
they
game, but
unpaused-
all the status effects and stuff will still be in play.
Yes, so it would literally be, okay, it does 15 damage per tick at a rate of 1 tick every 30 frames. Well, you pause the game, crank your FPS to 120, it's now ticking 4 times per second. Let it sit there for about 20 seconds. Congratulations, you just did 80 ticks of 15 damage in a single in-game second. You unpause the game and you just see like a cloud of numbers and the boss dies. So they very quickly fixed that. But the problem is the way they fixed it was they hard-coded it to its own internal tick rate. The game internally has a tick rate based off of the engine's ticking system. But because of a floating point error, the way that the death timer ticks when it does a check for a calculation tick runs on a delay of 1.03 seconds. Because of this, after 10 seconds, you'll gain 3 extra seconds of time. Well, that doesn't make sense. It should be 10.3, right? You know, 1 times 10 is 10.3. Well, no. Because it recalculates that 0.03 10 times per tick. So it's not actually 1.03, it's 1.3. Which results in 13 seconds when it says it has 5 seconds left. Because of this, it takes 18 seconds for a 15-second timer to tick down. But you don't notice it because it's just enough of an awkward delay per second that it's, instead of it 1, 2, 3, 4, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of like it's
a very
like
long second.
Yes, it's skillish if you die. But think of it kind of like those old roto clocks, where it was literally just 4 cylinders that rotated to show time. Where when the number rotates, it has to accelerate then decelerate. That's basically what's happening to the internal tick rate, is it has to accelerate and then decelerate the number. So it still has that problem.
Oh, that was wild.
The thing about it, though, this is always interesting enough, if you have less FPS, like if you hard cap your FPS to the game's internal FPS, which is 30 FPS, it doesn't happen.
Huh?
If you overclock your game to have higher FPS, that's when you get the 18-second problem. When you run at
The game
game's
runs
internal
slower with
sync-
higher FPS.
Yes!
It's so
stupid.
counterintuitive.
Yep! And that is great. Man, the logic ain't logicking.
I'll see if Phantom wants to do a Terraria playthrough. I think she would be interesting.
Hey, honestly, multiplayer Terraria is a lot of fun.
Oh yeah,
You just kind of walk around.
Yeah, the more people, the better, I would assume, with Terraria.
Not necessarily. More people is better up until a point. The world limit is the thing that's the big deciding factor. Small worlds are usually recommended 1 to 4 players. Medium worlds are recommended 3 to 6, and large worlds are recommended 5 to 10.
Oh, there's different world sizes?
Yes, the world size is determined at generation. There are mods that can increase the world size to even further. There's the super large, extra large, and the there's one that technically uncaps the world size, but that one just breaks, so nobody uses it. It breaks by the virtue of the way it handles the world size is it spawns a world and then just slowly crawls the border out the further you go, and just randomly generates another world tile set on the on the outside edges. So it goes forever left and right, but not up and down. But the problem is the way that it does this is it spawns a new world. So every time you reach the world limit, it has to create a new world. And then it just kind of rips the data apart because it's trying to calculate a bunch of shit while while you're on the world, and it's tracking your positional data, and then it just crashes the world.
Witness the boulders. What boulders? Never care about word size. Always go with large. Oh.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, again, there's recommended number of players for world sizes, simply because since the world size is constrained, you get with the way the game plays, as you progress through it, you rapidly go from, okay, a large world is enough space for 10 people, to nearing the end of the game when you're kind of just fucking around before you get to the final stages of the game. A large world is barely enough space for 2 people. Because at that point you have so many tools, so much materials, so many things going for you that you can start just fucking with the world on massive scales.
Oh, okay, so the further you get into the game, the smaller it kind of becomes?
Yes, especially because there's a limitation on the amount of resources you can get technically. Unless you like fishing. There's a limitation on the amount of resources that you can get. So when you are trying to gain resources and gather resources, unless you like fishing, you're going to be doing a lot of excavation. So Terraria is one of those things where when you have 1 or more people who are very familiar with the game, they will kind of rush you towards a certain goalpost.
Oh, Bulba's not going to rush me towards anything. He's going to watch me suffer.
By the simple virtue of existing.
Oh, he's just there to watch me suffer? Just don't get into Power World. They might be doing a Terraria collab, but the game isn't too... Terraria and Power World, that's an interesting combination I was not expecting.
What was I saying? Right. The other thing is there's a certain goalpost that you have to hit as part of progression in the game that has a Don't Starve Together collab. Yes, it also has a Dungeon Defenders collab.
Really? What?
Yes. The goalpost, once you reach it, permanently changes your world, but also gives you access to way more stuff. Before you hit that goalpost,
it's kind of like Satisfactory.
Kind of think of it. Taking into thought, Satisfactory's 10 tiers, right? Until you hit the first goalpost, the first major goalpost, the vast majority of what you'll be doing is tier 1 and 2. As soon as you hit that goalpost, then you have access to everything up from tier 3 to tier 7.
Oh,
Like, all of that content becomes available. But
That's a bit
the important thing
overwhelming.
there is building materials. That's the thing that becomes important, is building materials. Because the base building materials are kind of, and you don't get access to the more interesting aspects of construction until you reach that goalpost. So there's a lot of there's a lot to Terraria, but it's also a lot of fun. If you put up a like multiplayer group Terraria world, the best way I can put it is take your time, enjoy it, have fun, do whatever the fuck you feel like, but be aware that there's essentially a permanent overarching go with the bland wood tower best structure. Honestly, yeah. I mean, you can make some really interesting trees. But like the game doesn't progress until you kill bosses. Like
so you could delay progression?
No, because the first boss will come to you.
Oh, okay. So you just have to like prep.
Yes, there are hidden ways to put off the first boss. Like the first boss that will mandatorily show up and make it your problem. Yeah. There are like internal requirements that need to be met for the first boss to show up. But once you hit those internal requirements, basically every single time it turns to night, you have a 1 in 3 chance of that boss just deciding to show up. The boss is really easy.
God, there's so much to Terraria. And it looks like such a simple game from the outside.
It really is. It's a very simple game. But the big thing about it that differentiates it from Minecraft especially is that the whole game is focused on boss fights. Everything you do is to progress further and further to kill bosses so that you can kill bigger and badder bosses and do bigger and more complicated events so that you can eventually reach a point where the world is your plaything. And then you can do shit like installing the Calamity mod. Calamity, let me put it like this. Base Terraria is, for the average person going at their own pace, just enjoying the game, about 200 hours of playtime of just a good time.
Damn, that's a lot of playtime to get out of.
Calamity is about 600 hours.
There's the lore?
Yeah, Terraria has lore, and Calamity has more lore. Calamity is considered the de facto Terraria expansion by the community because it is the biggest, most robust mod ever created. There are 3 mods that are considered the big mods for Terraria. There's Calamity, Fargo's Soul mod, and what was the third one? I always forget what the name of it is. It's the low man on the totem, but it's like still up there.
It's like community-made DLC.
Basically, yes.
Which reminds me of Fallout 1 did, which I kind of want to play at some point.
But basically, if you're going to pick a thorium, thank you, thorium. Thorium's the big one, the other big one. Thorium, thulium, thallium, thelium. But the 3 big mods are Calamity, which is essentially the spiritual successor to Terraria. It's Terraria 2. It's Terraria 2 built on Terraria. They'd be like if Silksong literally was just a massive DLC for Hollow Knight instead of becoming its own game. Fargo's Soul mod is just, what if we made the longest crafting tree in any game ever? And you ever wanted to have the soul of the universe as an item in your pocket?
Wait.
And I'm not kidding. And thorium is just, it's got a lot going on for it. It's usually considered a companion mod to Fargo's or to Calamity. To put it in perspective, Calamity is so massive in the Terraria community.
I don't want to see the crafting trees. Please, no. I don't want to have an aneurysm.
The two longest crafting trees in base Terraria are only about 15 items, like only require about 15 items. The biggest crafting tree in Fargo Soul Mod requires a ever so casual 486 items.
How did they like not run out of names for stuff?
A lot of time and a lot of boredom. Keep in mind, Terraria's been around for about, I think, like 15 years. No, it's like 12 years now. Calamity has been around for 10. So has Fargo's. And to a lesser extent, Thorium. But Thorium's had like a changing of the guard like 4 times in the capacity of the original developers started it, gave up. A new developer picked it up, gave up. A new developer picked it up, gave up. A new developer picked it up and has been going with it since. Calamity has also had a changing of the guard, but that's just because of like disagreements and other drama that happened with the development team. Fargo's is like the only one that hasn't had like drama, but also people just find people. Fargo's Soul Mod is instant aneurysm in a DLC. Because the whole point of it is creating the soul of Terraria, which is just or not even Soul of Terraria. Soul of Terraria is a crafting element for the Soul of the Universe. Soul of the Universe is the final item in the crafting tree for Fargo's Soul Mod. It's just massive. But there's a lot. Terraria is one of those things where on the surface it's simple. It's just mining blocks, playing with your friends, have a good time game, right? But the moment you scratch underneath that surface, there's so much underneath the surface. And that's before you get into modding.
Damn, Phantom's not interested.
I'm not surprised. I offered it to her like forever ago. She said no. I was just waiting to see what happened on your end.
I have to go to the bathroom really bad. So
I should probably go to bed. It's
that
fucking... So, you have fun with the rest of your stream.
Yeah.
I've kidnapped about an hour and a half of your time to
No,
bitch.
it's great. Thanks for stopping by and helping.
I am always down to bitch
great
about
chatting.
anything and everything. Chatting! You sat there and I fucking verbally punched you over and over again.
Thank you for the Wikipedia dumps.
Welcome to my TED Talk. Anyways, I'm gonna go now.
Yeah.
Have a good one. If you keep streaming,
Have a good night.
Have a good rest of the stream.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick and then switch over to Nier. Which we were like halfway-ish through Route C. Okay. I'll be right back.